Hello, listeners and viewers. A warm welcome to you all. This is Grace Ovba, your host for Rising Above Shadows of Abuse, RASA. This is where we talk about matters relating to abuse, mental health, society, and culture. Episode today is on world news on abuse. Our first newsreel is from the Metro News, dated the 3rd of September 2024 by Sam Cobishley. A violent bully who battered his girlfriend in the middle of the street got a taste of his own medicine when some of the shocked witnesses he dared to jump in did just that and knocked him senseless. Ryan Parker, 32, turned up at the woman's home in East Hall, raging drunk, and began hurling insults, telling her she was a waste of space who deserved to die, then floored her with a hard slap across her face. He then laid into her with punches and kicks while shouting out to onlookers through the open door, threatening anyone who wanted to intervene, before his terrified partner managed to run outside and scream for help. After abusing one neighbor who tried to step in as he continued the attack while brandishing a knife, several others turned the tables and set upon him. The city's Crown Court heard. Her of East Hall pleaded guilty to assault occasioning ABH, possessing a knife and using threatening words or behavior on July the 28th, 2024. He was jailed for 20 months and given a 6-year restraining order, barring any contact with the woman. Oliver Shipley, prosecuting, said Parker and the woman had been in a relationship for almost 14 years at the time, but it was turbulent and got worse over time. He arrived at her home angry and aggressive after playing darts at a pub. He told the court he became abusive before launching the appalling physical assault. The defendant was threatening anybody who tried to help, Mr. Shipley said. She eventually managed to get out of the property through the door and out into the street, where she screamed for help. The defendant continued his behavior on the street while in possession of a knife. The woman later said she was scared for her life and worried for those of her children. "I do not want Parker anywhere near my property or my children," she said. "I am truly broken and shocked about the whole situation." Defending Ben Hammersley said Parker suffered injuries in the incident after he was set on by others. He suffered a fractured eye socket and a fractured cheekbone, he told the court. Parker was treated by paramedics at the scene and he was taken to hospital. He had been left with a scar near his eye. When he came to, having been knocked unconscious, he was fearful that he was still being assaulted, Mr. Hamley said. This was an isolated incident. He has no desire to contact her whatsoever. Deputy Circuit Judge Timothy Clayson told Parker, "You became abusive to her before becoming violent. She described your slapping her, pushing her around, and trying to force her out of the door, in the course of which she was caused to fall to the floor. She described violence to the face with numerous punches to the face. All of this was fueled plainly by excessive drink. It was a sustained assault. This is a very serious matter. Overall offenses here are so serious that only immediate custody is appropriate. There was a serious risk of disorder by your production of this knife." Listeners and viewers, what do you think about this particular newsreel? For me, I think justice was served when he was also punched in the face and floored by some onlookers. I'm happy he's been given a custodial sentence. Listeners, what do you think about this newsreel? Kindly leave your comments and views via email address risingaboveshadowsofabuse@gmail.com. Thank you.